Welcome to Shadow Watch, where the peaks hold tales too loud to fade. Imagine the Cascades at dusk with voices echoing sharp from the cliffs. They call low and strange, drawing you up higher. Since the 80s, climbers hear them and climb, but never return home. Tonight, I'm taking you into those mountains where the echoes live deep. Ready to listen close? Step light, because this true story will haunt every sound you catch. It started with Cole, a climber chasing summits, and his cousin Eve, a sound scout recording peaks out in Washington's Cascades in '84. They hiked a ridge locals shunned, saying voices rang there, luring folks off trails into stone. Cole shrugged it off, betting Eve he'd top the peak, but that evening as dusk fell cold, the cliffs weren't quiet. They hummed alive. Their lantern glowed soft with air crisp and thin while Cole checked ropes and Eve tuned her mic. The stillness watched them sharp. The voices came at twilight, low and faint, echoing down from the peaks like whispers too real. Cole grinned, just whined, but Eve shook her head. Wind doesn't speak. Her mic trembled slight as the hum grew, weaving through rocks. Come here, brushing their ears. The lantern flickered odd with shadows stretching long and wrong over the ridge. Eve's recorder hissed, static twisting into their voices. Stay close, clear yet unspoken. The stone shivered faint with no quake stirring the air awake. Cole grabbed his gear. It's nothing, he said, but the light caught shapes tall and lean, shimmering in the dusk. They darted fast, gone when Eve blinked, leaving pale eyes glinting deep in the cliffs, watching silent. The hum sharpened. Your hours, rippling the air alive and tugging their steps. Eve's tape spun wild, catching echoes endless and low as rocks shifted slight with no wind. Cole muttered, we're not alone, as shapes rose more, their eyes glowing faint, unblinking, eternal. The lantern dimmed fast, its flame bending toward them. They turned to descend, Cole packing ropes, Eve folding her mic, but the trail twisted, fading quick. The hum guided them higher, a net closing tight. The recorder flared loud with laughter weaving through static, low and ceaseless as stone cracked brief, showing a glove, and picks sinking fast, whispering, we stayed. Cole's rope dipped the cliffs, gripping it, and shapes loomed near, their eyes locked on hypnotic, endless. The hum pulsed, the peaks awake, waiting, alive. This wasn't a climb, it was a call, and the stone held firm. Hang on, because those voices are just rising. Cole gripped his ropes tight as the hum grew loud with voices echoing sharp from the peaks. Stay here, you're ours. The chant sank deep, alive and restless, pulling their minds. Eve clutched her recorder, its tape spinning fast, catching eyes and sounds not their own. The glow swelled thick, the air buzzing crisp and thin, dragging them higher. Shapes loomed tall and lean, shimmering quick, their pale eyes glinting cold like frost in the dusk. The lantern sputtered out, swallowed by shadow as rocks shifted hard, the cliffs waking fierce. The recorder crackled sharp with static twisting into don't go, a laugh low and endless weaving through. Stone rumbled low, whispering, come here, with no wind to shake it alive on its own. Cole cursed soft, they're all around us, his breath fogging fast in the chill. Shapes darted swift, their edges thin and fleeting, slicing through the glow, never staying still. The hum roared sudden, shaking the ridge, and stone cracked fast, showing a cap and knife sinking deep, whispering, we stayed. Eve yelled, climb down, but the voices flared bright, blinding them with sound. Footsteps echoed near, slow and heavy, yet no one moved in sight, only shadows stretching wrong over cliffs. Eve's recorder slipped, sinking into stone, its tape hissing, stay tonight, clear and cold. The glow pulsed wild, revealing the Cascades, endless and deep, with eyes glowing pale, watching from above, unblinking, endless. Cole froze hard. What's up there? As the hum thundered, tilting the ridge, the stone cold and hungry. Eve whispered, it's pulling us, and shapes rose higher, their chant cutting. You're here, a web tightening swift. They lunged for the trail, Cole hauling ropes, Eve grabbing gear, but the path twisted, shutting fast. Stone surged up, slow, swallowing Cole's boots, and shapes closed in their eyes, burning, hypnotic, eternal, whispering, don't leave. The hum softened sharp and ceaseless, tugging their will apart, breaking their thoughts. The ridge sank an inch, the stone gripping tight, and the glow flared bright, with shapes chanting, stay forever. The peaks pulsed alive, waiting to claim them whole. This wasn't a hike, it was a trap, and the cliffs feasted now. Eve's hands shook fast, the stone holding tight, as voices roared loud, your hours, stay forever. The chant broke her will alive and fierce, cutting her deep. Cole pulled her arm hard, yelling, keep moving. But the glow swelled thick the air, buzzing crisp and thin, dragging them up. Shapes loomed tall and swift, shimmering wild, their pale eyes glowing cold, unblinking, slicing the dusk. The ridge sank deeper with stone rippling slow, swallowing Eve's recorder. It screamed, flashing her face wide-eyed and still. The recorder screeched loud, static twisting into Cole Eve, laughing deep and endless through the peaks. Rocks snapped sharp, whispering, "Stay tonight," their edges brushing Cole's legs cold and alive. Cole swung his fist fast. "We're not done." But the air ate his voice, the shapes darting near, their edges cutting swift. The hum thundered wild, shaking their bones, and the cliffs flared bright, with eyes above glowing pale, watching hungry from the stone. Eve gasped, "Quick, it's breathing," as stones surged high, the shapes chanting, "You're here," their glares searing eternal. Shadows bent wrong, weaving through glow, and the ridge parted fast, showing a rope, and pick ticking loud, whispering, "We stayed." Cole shouted, "Go now," but the trail shrank tight, the hum softening slow and cruel, tugging her mind apart. Stone pulsed thick, cracks rising sudden, and the shapes closed in their chant, her own, "Stay forever." Eve stumbled hard, her eyes glowing faint white, matching the cliffs, and Cole roared, "Eve, no," as the ridge tipped sharp, the glow blinding them fast. She stood still, the hum her breath, the shapes bowing low, their eyes glinting cold and fierce. The peaks pulsed steady, the camp sinking fast, the glow her skin alive and strong. Cole's voice faded, lost to the stone, and the voices thickened, the Cascades silent, waiting deep. The hum guided her, whispering, "Bring them," soft and endless, her echo now alive, eternal. The Cascades weren't a range, they were a call, and she answered, lost to the peaks, forever bound. Eve stood firm, the stone letting go as voices roared wild through her veins, "You're ours, stay forever." The chant claimed her, sharp and alive, cutting deep inside. Cole sank fast, the ridge swallowing his chest, his voice breaking, "Eve, fight it." The glow flared bright, the air buzzing crisp and thin, pulling her toward the peaks. Shapes rose tall and lean, shimmering swift, their pale eyes glowing fierce, unblinking, watching from the cliffs. The stone stilled sudden, the hum her breath, tearing her will apart. Cole's arm slipped under the stone ceiling, shut, his cry lost to the deep. Her eyes blazed white, vision slashing wide over the Cascades, cliffs and night beyond, glowing fierce. The hum sang loud, "Stay here," a call she couldn't shake, digging into her skull. The recorder flared one last time, static twisting, Cole Eve, laughing cold and endless through the dusk. Shapes darted close, their edges solid like glass, shimmering wild, and the peaks pulsed hard. Light ripped from above, showing eyes, hundreds glowing pale, watching hungry from the stone, unblinking, eternal. Eve's recorder floated up, its screen blank, then flashing her face, white-eyed, staring back. The hum turned soft, whispering, "Bring them," and Eve stepped forward, the glow parting a path, alive and twisting. Shapes bowed low, their eyes glinting cold as rocks bent back, waiting silent. A hiker's whistle sounded far, real and faint, cutting the night with hope. The voices hissed, "Call them," her voice rising, "Come closer," sharp and ceaseless, rolling over the ridge. The whistle stopped fast, the glow circling tight, and shapes rose slow, watching patient, their hum alive in her chest, pulling her on. Eve moved steady, the glow her shield, the hum her strength, as the Cascades stretched endless and wild. The hiker's light faded, swallowed by stone, and shapes crept near, their chant weaving, "Stay tonight." The peaks pulsed strong, approving her, its reach unbound and fierce. She smiled cold, the lights her eyes, the hum her, "Will a hunter born from cliffs, forever lost and free." The Cascades weren't a place, they were a hunger, and she was its pull, claiming all who heard the echo. Eve roamed the ridge, the voices roaring fierce in her veins, "You're ours, stay forever." Her voice owned it, sharp and alive, slashing the dusk with hunger. The hiker's whistle died fast, swallowed by glow, as shapes rose tall and lean, shimmering wild. Their pale eyes blazed cold, watching close from the cliffs, unblinking and restless. Rocks bent low, hissing, "Come closer," as the Cascades pulsed hard, alive and waiting. Her eyes glowed white, vision cutting wide over the peaks, glowing fierce and endless. The hum ripped loud, unveiling shapes, hundreds strong, their eyes searing silent in the dark. She stepped toward the trail, the glow her shield, and hum her strength unwavering. Shapes bowed deep, their edges sharp like glass, whispering, "Eve, bring them," pulling her forward fast. A lantern flashed far, real and faint, slicing the night with a weak call. Eve grinned, cold, the voices howling. Call them. Her voice breaking free, come closer. It rolled sharp over the ridge, ceaseless and wild, drawing all near. The lantern dimmed, quick the glow circling tight, as shapes rose slow, their eyes glinting, patient and hungry. The dusk thickened fast, voices stretching wide, a web alive and relentless, snaring new souls. The cliffs pulsed strong, its hunger unbound, claiming all who climbed close. Eve moved on the glow, her skin the hum, her will a hunter forged from stone, forever lost and free. The Cascades didn't whisper, they demanded, and she was their echo, unbound and fierce. So that's the Cascades curse, folks, a peak that doesn't hush, it haunts. Voices didn't trap her, they sharpened her, pull a hum in the stone. Hear that echo yet? Hit like if you're still standing, comment if you felt Cliff's call, and subscribe. Shadow Watch climbs higher next time, so don't miss it. Share with a peak chaser, or keep it if those eyes spook you too much.